know where you have worked with, what your stuff there. And then I think really able to tell you about your different options and other things you might want to consider besides what you have. I'm going to tell you about a new facility we opened and what kind of video we produced there. But first, I want to touch on a couple of topics. One, my department is into capturing and producing video for the law school. We also provide classroom support. We love and projectors like this. People love the mind. Not myself, I feel money. But a lot of our time, especially in the fall semester, is walking around the children and setting up different rooms. And one thing that I want to let y'all know about is at the University of Texas, we started installing these standardized technology classrooms. What we've done is the different schools have pools of resources to go together to invest in equipment and production of multimedia consoles. And they're standardized and they're user-friendly with touchscreens. And they're very affordable because what we're doing is that the schools go together and we purchase the equipment for 50 at once. We're hiring the people to put them together for 50 at once. Now here on our webpage, we can put together a single projection system for about $40,000. And they're very user-friendly. They have a document projector, they have VCR, they have LCD projector, and they have these touch screens. And on a single projection system, you really only have 8 choices. You can select lights, VCR, mic volume, very, very few things. And if you have an instructor or professor that wants to use technology in the classroom, they can do it for this time. And it's very nice. This single projection system starts at about $40,000. You can go to a dual projection system that's getting up to $80,000 if you want. If you'd like to get one of those with it. And they're standardizing on the classroom. So within standardization, you have choices to reduce your price. Let's say it's single projection, dual projection, you can have a Mac and a PC in there. So you can only have a PC. There's all sorts of ways you can save money. But if you're from a large institution, you might want to consider working with your other colleges to save money and produce these nice setups. If you're ever a guest speaker, you might be able to go to our website and look at those together, see what you set up to do. The other subject I want to touch on briefly before I talk about this video is staffing adequately. I don't know how many of you have video technicians working at the law school, but I think it's important to have them because if you're not capturing good video in the first place, then what do you have to show out there? There's things that are simple that most people don't think about, like screen direction, look space, headroom, lighting, no bars. So being a video technician, I guess, higher than it was. But we're so busy in the spring fall semester. We're just running around, pulling our hair out, trying to satisfy everybody. What we ask our people to do is not to take their vacation over their routine medical appointments when classes run in the spring fall. We also ask them to occasionally work more than 40 hours a week and be compensated for that in the summer with time and a half off. Then they go to the pay time. But that helps a lot to staff adequately. But another thing we do is the medical work study program. I don't know where anything big of that grant program. It pays almost 2/3 of the salary of the students who work for you during the semester. And I'm a graduate of this school of communication UT, so I have grants over in the Greater Dodson Department with recommendations on what students are reliable. And But in addition to routing between the rooms, we route outside the building and into the building. We do our own video conference on HDMI, so we can use the campus network operations center. And they actually do our streaming for us. We have a fiber connection there, and physical there, video and audio, and they stream it in video for us so that we can go out live on the web. So this building was designed to accommodate the demand class and Austin. University of Texas at Austin, I think, is the largest state university. We have 48,000 students in Austin. It's very, very big, and with that comes a lot of benefits like our network operations center. There's also a lot of bureaucracy tied down and slowed down. I'm in building because with all respect like funds, supposed to open in 97. It's awarded to the low bid and turned out to be someone who didn't do it in the pocket. I mean, every time they get it. The building got finished 3 years late. And we were tied into a lot of things, a lot of technology that changed. But there wasn't a lot to do about it. And that was one of my problems in getting the building up and running. But we do have it. We've had it now for 2 years, and they used to be called all the original coordinating about it. Now, versus sounds a lot more important. But we have more staff. They do run more tests. Sometimes they get called in the receptionist or something press. Not in person. It's also the promise of that. But we're having a lot of fun running this facility. And what's interesting is what we use these facilities for and what they were designed for has turned out not to be the same thing. Our distance learning designed between the students to be in a distance learning setting has never been used for a distance learning class. We've never had a class for the entire semester where the instructor students were limited to the distance class. We use the room a lot, but it's usually individual or small groups. And what's surprising is our biggest customer is our career nursing home. We do our teleconferencing with ISDMI and Kodak. Now the old-fashioned way, but you'll find that the major law firms and the federal courts have ISDMI and Kodak, and if they're, of course, they're doing for clerkship, or these law firms, or they're doing for jobs, we can connect them without them having to travel. We were doing quite a bit last year, but since 911, we've been a lot more, a whole lot more. We're actually having our on-campus interviews. The 911 happened. Several of our firms canceled coming to their new interview call. And the ones who had ISDMI for us to do, we were able to continue with those interviews at any time, at the scheduled time, the scheduled for anyone. So we got good use out of the another major user of our telecom facilities, like racing programs. They have done some pre-clock conferences where students don't have a chance to meet with the client before they go to court and the client comes down. And so if the facility has equipment to several of our state incarceration facilities we have now, we are able to let incarcerated individuals talk to their the problem with that is the guard there doing what's said at the prison and we're doing what's said, so the privacy and confidentiality is not there. But it's much better to get to talk to these clients before you go to court than meeting in court for the first time. But what we ended up doing for the immigration and the post, which is a lot of fun, is we do a Know Your Rights presentation every Friday government administrator, it's been good for me. For years, comments going on today. One other thing I want to tell you about that we've used services money for is we have an instructor, a position instructor in Mexico, and coming over the way. He passed Secretary of the Interior, the head federal guy, as far as enforcement on his law, class on it, but probably about the last class. But the name of his class is Practical Enforcement of Environmental Regulations and Management. And kind of the subject of best I can tell is that this non-contractual enforcement of it about trying to enforce laws and not happening. But we use the World Bank as a tool to connect all the sites like that. Even though we do site-to-site connections at the World Bank with our group. And several universities in South America that were connected to it every one. And with a lot of fun and data and sound good and help them together. I agree with that. Because our routing system, we're able to use our codec and our ISDN line in our courtroom and also in our negotiation mediation room. And we're also just doing one-on-one instead of whole class. So we need to use the mediation negotiation room before we come home from. So that's an example of that was being used for something different than mediation negotiation. Our file access program uses mediation negotiation and also the practical to report themselves in one aspect of the file to the market. So these rooms are being used extensively, even though they're not necessarily being used at this time. But the room that's being used the most for what it's not designed for is our courtroom. Our courtroom was designed to cover files and cover court. So this court mock trial, but also this building was designed to accommodate actual trials and actual court hearings. So the students have access to go in and see it, and so we're releasing the overcrowded courts that we have in our area. Our trials and negotiation courts, some of the judges do not allow us to court at all. So most of them do not court screening, but it's supposed to be professors who are in the state to show examples. Each notice is boring, there's draft and interpretations, whatever, we have to go all the time. But some of the interesting, we had a sexual assault case, and different story about sexual assault about pretty exciting and racy, and I don't want to take too many details now. Steaming tonight at the party, but you know what happened. We also have had several court hearings. We have not had legislative court, we have several court hearings. We had the state Supreme Court, which used to be legal. They had gotten our state Supreme Court justices go back to the accusations of criticism taken for the so they said, not reporting, but our other state Supreme Court Court of Appeals, they were very anxious. They wanted to be home, actually, their home. We got to report that one, which was available in our library. So we had a lot of fun. We had a lot more fun doing real trials and real court cases than mock trials. Often the first mock trial and the students that resolved some of the cases. The thing is, the courtroom can be used for more than it was used for trials, for court hearings, for special events. To use it for symposiums and comments. Our auditorium is very integrated. It's faculty. And it's been kind of a challenge because where the cameras are, where the mics are, everything is working fine. So we're just bringing the mics and tables on the floor and taking the tables down. That's what this room is here. I feel like it's on. So you could be showing on it. These are the programs that we have been streaming live. And we've done some very interesting programs. The first one we did was talking to technology that we bring on first. It was put on by the Texas County Journal of Law and Policy, and it's about redistricting in Texas, and they talked adversely affecting minority strength. And they were sure that they had a large audience out there. I know a few people in the valley did watch that show, but that was our first practice. Live and actually sending it out and learning that you don't want your mic to go for the building. Because people say often from the mic live on the web. These speakers on it. It's probably not complex. But another major program that we came by was the Language and Law Conference for Law Libraries, one part of the law library. 2 days long, 8 hours a day. International conference. I know we have people from England and Australia there. But it was a challenge. 8 hours a day, 3 days. Live, somebody running a multi-cam system where they're switching from camera to camera, they're trying to keep them on, the person speaking, they're trying not to get a live shot all the time. You know, you go out in the wind, you show a big live shot, nobody you need to be able to focus in on speaking and still working at it. But that program gave us practice for our biggest challenge, which was the program called From Text to Performance, the Law and Other Performing Arts. I'm going to give you all a video that program but in conjunction with the drama department, music department, dance department, and visual arts, and how these things relate to law, and 8 days of poetry. A lot of fun. Of course, people discussing law and fun. I want to show you some examples of stream video. If I can get the right place here. What I want to emphasize to you, and something that everybody might be able to explain to each other later, is when we put these programs on the web, and we convert them to video, we have an option on how to do it. And the program that I'm about to show you, I'm going to show you first, when we converted from tape directly to video. The deck next to the computer. And we ended up with a file that wasn't correct. And then after that, we put it through our medium under editor. That program is called Cleaner. We made it look much prettier and produced the file. And a higher rate was a lot prettier. And I want to show you those samples that you can end up with stuff that you don't want to put out. But there's ways to fix it up that you can. quite interesting was Judge Royce Lambert, who was he was district judge in the District of Columbia. And he spoke about the role of the judiciary in the war on terrorism. It's very interesting and effective in trying to get people to input effort. I may not never be that thing. Highly thought of. He's an alumni at UT and he came and spoke. And we recommended a presentation on the way then. And we're very happy to put some posts on it about what they can do. One other thing before I turn over to Olivia is we did some, we're doing promotional videos for Wall Street. You know, everybody wants to practice right and do their school. So on our webpage, you can go to Bridgeburg's office and punch out a video we made of the assistant dean for Bridgeburg, who's kind of wonders who we are. And we're just starting to do that. We hope to do more. We're going to be doing a promo video for our assistant office. And they're on our webpage and they can be free. So I don't think that's all right, Stranger, right? Question. Yes, and that's what I was talking about was when we took it from tape and put it directly to reel, we were getting poor quality video. Streaming rate was low, it was scared, and we didn't really want to put it up on our website. So what we did was we put it through the cleaner program, make it much sharper, stream at a higher rate, and look much prettier. Yes, we can clean up, take the conflict there, and post on that. Yes, the program that we produced for the clear substance office that we're working on for systems, we shot on DV cam and included the Media 100 with cleaner and digital from beginning to end and with you.
I'm worried about in terms of managing expectations. Our faculty seem to want their videotape presentations to have their review sessions, not particularly interesting to the whole world. They would like to screen. How have you managed their expectations in terms of how quickly you're going to turn that around? In other words, how quickly you're going to get that front page to the web?
If it's just talking head, we don't put it in front of the program. This program takes all night for a 1 hour program. It ties up our editing system. But if it's just a talking head, we're not that concerned with how pretty the video looks, and we can convert it in real time. Front take through real producer and get it up there pretty quick. Of course, our streaming is right from but as long as we're not concerned so much with the quality and we're not so much focusing on that. But I say we're not going to do it because we had an app and file our there's myself and two technicians, and since we opened the building, we have a administrative assistant who's going to try to keep organized and make sure we go to places we need to go. We're very fortunate, and without the building, we would not have this staff. They got all this equipment and holding it on the little place, and you don't have to buy it overnight. So the building's been great for my part. Yeah.
What do you do about, for your guest speakers, what do you do about copyright, permission, speaker releases, and that sort of thing?
I don't know. They're told that they're going out live on the web every day. I don't think we do. Sometimes we are asked not to take the
That doesn't bother you?
That doesn't bother me, it probably should bother someone. We video man. Thank y'all very much.
So since we want to show streaming media, what I'm going to do is start by showing examples of what we're going to show at the end. That's on our website for a conduct that we do this and put it on this machine so that we don't have to find it more. So right now I'm connected directly to this machine, and here I'm going to show some very high-end streaming, because a lot of people do not know that streaming can go pretty high performance. It's much better if I had also the audio, because the audio has a lot to the experience. Here I'm going to take a 5 megabit per second stream that was encoded in real time with a product that we have released a month ago, which is called the Extreme Broadcaster. First of all, what you'll see is that if you can look at the little bar here, since it's put currently on the web server and not on the streaming server, what you see is those stop and stop, which are due to the fact that the file is being downloaded. You have something that says what is the amount of download at the end, and here what is the paying capability. So a lot of people don't know that in fact the streaming file can be downloaded or it can be streamed. If I have a streaming server instead of a web server, then you will have seen this being streamed and it would have been very smooth, provided of course that you have a 5 megabit per second bandwidth. So now that it has been cached on the system, look at the quality that we get, and that was again the real time encoding made in one of our machines. That's a high-end machine that was produced at 880. So it's pretty much when if I go full screen, that's what you get. And you hear sort of roaring sound of the planes. Obviously, it pretty much better.
What resolution is that?
This is a 640 by 480, 30 frames per second, fully released video, and again, that was done in real time. Now, this is not typically what you're going to use. This is more going to replace if you've heard of people doing MP2 streaming into corporations. This is a type of technology that's going to replace MP2 streaming, because now you don't have to have a media player. It can be a video media player, which is on any PC that you're going to play it. It has all the advantages that streaming media brings. And that's why we introduced that machine. Now in comparison, let's look at the same file, the same 640 by 480, at 1.5 megabit per second. So as you can see, first it's getting downloaded, we just start it down, we'll close it, let's do one. And that's a 1.5 megabit per second. So 1.5 megabit per second is about a fourth of effective, which means that if you were burning a DVD with this type of time, you will get 4 times the amount of time that the DVD can play. Right? You play the DVD through your system, and provided that you have a media player, which is a PC, a Windows-based system, or Mac, you will be able to get that fun. Or that said also that you can put a lot of video just on the CD, you don't need to use it. And so that's for high performance, high quality. Now let's look at this product, which is a product that we introduced last month. You see that little box on that table. Well, that little box is in fact a full streaming it can stream in real time, it can encode in real time. It's a low-end system. It's our entry-level system. And one of the things that I will talk about is you have the ability to remotely control that system. Don was talking about the fact that he was wiring a lot of these videos so that we have a control room where you can check on multiple things. Well, this is why we came up with the ability to remotely control the machines. Because when you have one machine and you don't write on it, it's fine. When you start to deploy multiple machines, or you have to have a machine using another one that where video is actually being captured. You could be like I am on your notebook and remotely control the machine. You could do it also through internet providers that do not have internet connection problems. And here, that machine can input two streams at the same time. So essentially, you're going to provide one video and one audio feed, and from that, you will be able to stream, for example, one stream at 300 kilobits per second for people who have ADSL connection, and one stream at 56K. Each stream having its own video and audio size, which are specified for each bandwidth that you're going to target. Before I continue, and I don't know how technical or not technical I have to be, how many people have been streaming today? Okay. And everyone else is getting into streaming? Okay, this is what we see a lot, by the way, in the company in terms of what's happening with the customers. So before I continue with this, let me get to the presentation. And I will try to adapt the talk. Okay, so for people that want to, by the way, ask me questions later by email, you have my email there. Normally it was one of my account managers that was choosing to come here, and we could meet at the last minute, so I can get this presentation. So I give a brief introduction to Winnov. What is streaming technology? Connectivity is one of the key things that some people were alluding to a moment ago, and it's important to know what are the things that you are going to rank up. One rule, which is always right, garbage in, garbage out. Okay? And Don was addressing that when he was talking about it's very important to have a technician that knows lighting, etc. In place, your tool, there is no doubt. And the audio, the same. If you have a little stereo audio jack versus you can see that those mics have the little plug there. That's the big plug, that's called an XLR. XLR balanced audio with that much better audio quality than non-XLR. What are the streaming formats? Who is your audience? Balanced media stream, I will talk about what balanced media streams are. Managing a live session, the remote control capability, network configuration for streaming, and deploying streaming incorporation and integration. So first, in terms of Winnov, we started in 1992 by doing some chip, an ASIC semiconductor, which was for audio and video capture on Windows platform. In 1996, we started to come out with the boards that is used extensively in video conferencing, desktop video conferencing, so we've been also in video conferencing for recorded video streaming. 1999, we came out with the first generation of streaming encoders. In fact, what happened is that in 1997, we were working with two startups that were working on a brand new technology called video streaming to the internet. One of them was Vivo, and the other was the streaming Silicon Valley. Those two startups were working exclusively with our boards that were at that time used for video conferencing, because we were the only one to guarantee video and audio synchronization. In 1997, 1998, Vivo was acquired by Real Networks, became Real Video, and the Extreme was acquired by Microsoft, became Winnov Radio Media. So suddenly we're in a brand new world which was streaming in the big time. So we saw a need for a full streaming solution because coming out with a streaming encoder is not just taking a capture board and putting it into a PC. It's a little more complicated than that. That's why we started getting on a full machine. So we sell both boards for streaming for people that know what they're doing, and we sell also systems for streaming. In 2000 we came out with the webcaster, which is more the higher end system that capture card, which can capture these XLR lines with the connections. 2001 Extreme Multicaster, Radiocaster, and SDI. Someone was talking about all digital input from the source to the end. Well, a lot of people that are doing production today are using SDI. Okay, everything which is pre-production, professional video, it's pretty expensive. SDI cameras, probably around 15K. It's something like that. But at least it's portable. 2002 came out with a family of Extreme engines which has the remote capability, and 2000 what's the different market. It's really for video surveillance. We have multiple video surveillance cameras. We came out with a technology that on one board we can capture 4 cameras. Several of customers and partners. Well, internet streaming video was very big in 2000. 1999, 2000 was people such as IBM, Akamai, Digital Island. Some of you have heard of Madonna, I think, streaming on the internet, or you've heard of Victoria's Secret being streamed on the internet. Okay, all this was done by those companies that were specialized in streaming over the internet. They were building infrastructure. But these people were our customers, so people like Activate, Akamai, Yahoo Broadcast, Digital Island, the content providers, MSNBC, CNN, Bloomberg. We also do internet security. If you've heard of a system from Cisco for streaming, that is called Cisco IPTV. Cisco IPTV is based on our work. Okay, so now let's get enough of the Winnov thing. What is streaming technology? Well, a lot of people think that the only thing you can do is streaming is streaming. Well, that's not true. As I said, you can put the streaming content, you can put that file onto the CD, provide that CD and distribute the media. Right? If you don't have a network at all, you can still use streaming and footage. So it's really a flexible digital recording of video and or audio. You can choose your video size. With MPEG 2, there is a fixed video size. MPEG 2 has a standard. MPEG 1 has a standard. With video streaming, you want to stream a file which has a 240 by 180 size in terms of the amount of pixels. Right? When I'm looking at 240 by 180, hopefully a lot of people here understand what I'm talking about. It's the size of the video as it's going to appear on the PC. A moment ago it was 640 by 480 full screen. So you can choose video size and quality and market bandwidth. So of course, if you choose 640 by 480 size and 56K bandwidth, you're not going to get great quality. It's not going to look good. So we have some specific settings in these machines, for example, that we need on the right type of settings, but people can experiment, change the bandwidth, change the video size, and change the audio quality. Audio quality and formats are currently bandwidth. Streaming is not just streaming video, it's also streaming audio. So you could just stream an audio at 14 videos per second or 8 kilobits per second, so that people that have cellular phone connectivity could still get into the whole streaming experience. And multiple targets, PCs, PDAs, consumer devices. I don't know if you've seen the latest announcement, but for example, there are some Japanese CD player manufacturers that are integrated with media video devices. So now you're going to have those little devices that look like a DVD player that are just based on CD and that will play video right on the TV. And it's going to be like those audio players. That's the same way today you have those audio players search on MP3 and can also video the audio. File can be downloaded or streamed. You could authorize people to download the file directly on their PC. They won't take it, or they could not authorize them and not they will be able to use the video. Furthermore, it has a transport layer, which is embedded in the whole streaming experience. That's how essentially how the video and the audio is coming from the place where it's being encoded or streamed the video file, which has already been encoded, and it's going through IP, Internet Protocol, through a server, to the media player or to layer, whatever layer. And finally, there is a data layer for rich media delivery, and that's a key differentiating factor of streaming, is that today, the experiences that you're seeing are video and audio. Well, in a very short amount of time, what you're going to see, and you might have seen that already, you can go on the website, click on the content, which is a rich media content, and you're going to see the PowerPoint slides, which are JPEG in HTML, and a little video, and everything is synchronized. So you believe exactly what the presenter has done. You have the full synchronization of the slides, which are JPEG slides, in an HTML page with the video and the audio of the presenter. Matter of fact, stay tuned and you'll see some files like from Winnov about to. So the data layer is very important because now you can attach objects which are synchronized to the video and audio content. Connectivity, what are your needs? Well, that's where it starts. I mean, building your infrastructure from scratch, or you already have video equipment with your courtroom, whatever. What are the typical interfaces that you're going to find? Well, in surveillance cameras, it's a composite video. The little RCA connector that you see on camcorders, which looks like the same as the video connector you have on your home audio system. That's a composite video input. And typically it's BNC so that it can lock special locking connectors that you have on the surveillance camera. PTZ cam, for people that don't know, hand-killed zone. You see those conference rooms where you can control with the remote the position of the camera. Typically those PTZ cameras have a composite and S-video. S-video, here the way I've organized the inputs is by quality. Best quality is on the left. So S-video is going to be better than composite video. Lots of camcorders today have S-video connections. Your VCR typically is going to have an S-video connection. Yes? Sorry? RGB. From what type of output? Yeah, you have some, well, in that case, you have some cameras which have component video output. It's right to charge. That would be component, and component is going to be even higher quality than S-video. It's not necessarily RGB, it can be also what they call YCRC. DV cam, typically all the DV cam have FireWire, S-video, and composite. Studio equipment, SDI, S-video, composite. So, getting to video, typically people who are getting into video streaming and the type of application that you're going to have, most likely, most of you, are going to be maximum 325 to 40 ADSL type product. You're not going to see much difference at all between an S-video captured video or a DV or an SDI. That's why I'm saying the key thing is more what is the connectivity you already have. So for example, I told you that we are doing an SDI capture system, but the SDI capture system, we made it because a lot of production companies and post-production companies have SDI equipment. That's the only reason. It's not because it's going to deliver 320 to 40 streaming, which is going to be much better than an SDI streaming. Another thing, you could by a mediation, which had a terrible lens and a terrible noise as a CCTV capture, and by a composite video camera, which has excellent quality and which is also better than the OBD. So, there's digital and digital, there's digital noisy and digital not noisy. There's video and analog video noisy and analog video not noisy. In terms of audio devices, consumer camera, VCR, and mic use something called unbalanced audio, which is a standard jack drop collection on our TV or audio equipment. And most of the professional audio equipment that you're going to see in this room, this one, that one, here, you have also professional audio equipment that uses XLR balanced audio. The advantage of balanced audio is that if you have long cables, even if there is noise in the room, and I'm talking about noise, I'm talking about electrical noise now, interferences, the balanced audio is going to be insensitive to excellent noise. The balanced audio is much better in any room that you're going to wire typically when you have balanced audio. So typical configurations today, and that's what all our systems are equipped with, is S-video composite and balanced audio. If you have an unbalanced audio and you have to go into a balanced audio, it's very simple. Essentially, we have some adapters that we plug in, and now you have balanced audio and still be plugging in the balanced audio. Streaming formats. Big debate. Really, when you look at what Windows Media and Real have been doing in speaking with the video company, one day it's going to be Windows Media quality, which is better, the next day it's going to be Real. If you are looking at when we started streaming in 1997, 1998, it looked like a little postage stamp that was going at 10 frames per second forward static. And Real and Windows Media were exactly at the same level. Then the next year they came out, well, not even next year, 6 months later they would come out with something better. 6 months later we already got it for better. So it's constantly evolving. So I don't think it's the quality of the video or the audio which is going to be a decision factor. It shouldn't be a decision factor. It should be more a question of ROI. It's going to be more would you like to address. For example, we sell our systems to Oracle. Well, Oracle doesn't like Microsoft too much. So obviously it's more real, right? And really that's what we find. We find some people that are against Microsoft, some people are very Microsoft centric, and we see more. I think more of the decisions are made that way than any other way. So from my standpoint, Windows Media is the best for Windows-centric environment. You know that everyone that you're ready to address, and a lot of corporations that case have a PC, but you know that everyone has a Windows Media player. For your IT department, there will be much less headache than having to install players on every system. So there are logistic reasons for which it makes more sense. Free player on the PC, on some consumer appliances, on Macs, on PDA, that there is so much of it in PDA on the on my iPad. I'm just giving you the scene. The drawback Windows Media Server exists only on Windows servers. The goal of Microsoft is to sell more servers, so obviously they're not going to port their Windows Media Server on Windows. Real One, best for the Windows clients. By the way, for Windows Media, they have a player for the Mac, so it plays also on Macs. Real One, best for heterogeneous clients. They support Windows, Linux, Macs. And the real servers, they have it on Windows, Linux. In the case of Windows Media, the player is free. Real One, they have different modes where they might be able to pay very often. server, the encoder, you have to pay for the real one encoder, for the media, you have to pay for the encoder. Then also with the Winnov media encoder, you can directly stream to up to 50 people from one encoder, where you don't need to have necessarily a streaming server, but obviously for people, you need to have a server. QuickTime, best format centric environment. The big market today out there is obviously shared about 50-50 between media and real. We want to address people outside of the corporation. There is a big trend towards Windows Media Hub, and real is losing market share today. But both out there. QuickTime has obviously much smaller market share, very good product. And now MPEG-4. MPEG-4 is a ratified standard, so we are getting into de facto standard versus ratified standard. De facto standard, well, today with the media and real are using de facto standards. There is no one that says this is a standard, this is what the file has to look like. They were the first, and that's it. When you hear today a lot of buzz about MPEG-4, well, MPEG-4 is really good if you're going to buy these appliances that are already MPEG-4 enabled. You don't need an appliance that will be upgraded. Where for the PC, you don't care about that. So today we start to see some MPEG-4 streaming solutions. They are expensive compared to what we will provide. Who is your audience? Single format versus multi-format. That's going to be an ROI, return on investment / risk decision. Okay, do you want to say, well, since I'm going to address multiple people in my company or on my campus, and I have 10% of the people that have units. Okay, so am I going to embark on real just because I have those 10% of units? That's the decision that has to be made. But then you have to invest more servers. How much is lost by delivering one format? We know, for example, our encoders support both real and so you can use it to, as a matter of fact, you can use our encoder to stream both to encode at the same time real and encoded. Single bandwidth versus multi-bandwidth. I was talking about a moment ago about 640 by 480 on the 56K. Well, obviously, it's typically on the 56K modem. If the person is going to watch your video from home, it's very likely they have a 56K modem and maybe 28A modem. So if you want them to have the best experience possible and you want them to stay and listen to the streaming event, you're going to give them a size which is going to correspond to the bandwidth they have. So 176 by 144 or 160 by 120, which is a small video size. And you will try to get the best audio possible. Audio is very important. Audio should have priority. If you always want good audio quality, the video is better. It's okay. The audio is better. So on the other hand, you might have a lot of people that are on ADSL, and if you're going to deliver 176 by 144 video to someone that invested in ADSL, it's not the best experience they can have with it. So typically you're going to stream at 320 by 240 at 30 frames per second. That's exactly what our streaming encoder will do. You can choose from one video and audio feed. You can say, okay, I want one which is 56K, which is that size. I want another one which is 300K, which is a bigger size. So, and the main reason for which we did that is because the professional streaming companies wanted that. So CNN, MSNBC, if you go there and want to watch a video, typically it's going to ask you what you want, 300K, 100K, 56K, you have a choice, you click, and you have that video that comes to you. Well, those three videos have with something that was captured and then batch processed to be able to generate those 3 videos. That's very cumbersome. It takes a lot of time from people who have to actually do that job. Why not then go to the 3 in real time and then you're done with it? So again, that's it's a question of investment versus time spent on generating the streaming video. Fraction of client defines on media delivery. Are you interested in delivering to a PDA or to an MP4, which I will have more powerful capability? PDA, you're going to provide a small video, small values, or to a cellular phone, which is going to happen. Or the LAN, or put it on a CD, and on the CD, I can go to 3 megabits per second, no problem. Then I can have an video. Archive and stream. You can live encode something at the same time as you're going to archive your file. Then you're done. You created your live event, and you have your VOD, which is already done. So typically you might want to archive at high quality and provide a stream which is going to address the events that you want to cover. Balanced media stream, so that's something that we coined, the term that we coined years ago, which allows you essentially to use the type of video size or your bandwidth that you want to use for various bandwidth availability. Our machines can do those type of things with multiple screens at the same time and with multiple screens. Managing live sessions, importance of remote control. For those people that is going to actually manage the event, you have to assess where is the encoding appliance going to be versus the operator location. And again, you might have a lot of situations where, of course, in the courtroom, that you could have some video camera and you go to the courtroom and the operator, which is an adjacent room, and you might bring everything from there. So that's typically what we find, and that's why we have that remote interface ability to remotely control other clients. I'll give you an example of that. The other thing is that suppose that you really scale, and now you have multiple encoders in a room. But if you want to manage all those encoders, you're going to put one screen and keyboard on each one of them, or you're going to put the KVM switch, those switches that go to switch your keyboard on the screen to the various functions that you have, or even simpler, our remote interfaces through HTML, you will be able to control independently any of the encoding appliances that we have in our range. And benefits of anytime, anywhere. Someone tells you, okay, we need to do an encoding session, and it's 6 o'clock, and you're at home, the whole equipment is ready. From home, you could get onto the machine, and from there, start the event. Network configurations for streaming video. That now is getting, we've talked about the encoding. Then there is a streaming server. And if you're going to deliver to thousands of people, you're going to need to have multiple media servers. Let's see a lot of people who are here. There's a party guy, I know. Let me just finish on one thing. Building a streaming network in education corporation, my advice is to start small and scale up. The first thing that you're going to need is to encode existing media or to encode live session, and you can start that immediately, right? Before you can stream any content, you have to create it. The first step is going to create that content. You could distribute on CD, or you could post it on test websites where people will essentially just download it. He will input new events in real time, no process to deal with. You know, some you were thinking about that one night or 1 hour of video. Well, if you can input something in real time, it might not look exactly like the 1 night thing, but it's there. Deploy servers gradually and monitor network activity. Right, that's essentially your internal investment will be taken from the purchase if you see what is taking out of the network frequency. Okay, that's all that people are really getting into that area, and streaming is going to be an important thing for your corporation or whatever. Invest in content management solution when we're using people on a big scale. Because there is one thing which is creating the content, but then once we have a lot of content, how do you manage it? How do you know what to put in? So initially it can be done by just managing your website and the content folders, but later on you might need some more sophisticated. Okay, so you've seen the demo that I made a moment ago. Now I'm going to show you the remote interface of our experiment until right now I'm connected to that machine. You can see that just with the master control, I can see all my two streams I'm doing. So here it tells me that I've been streaming right now. I've been streaming live for 72 minutes. And it tells me that I have 30 frames per second. And if we wanted to see the stream that I'm putting right now, I just found the player here, which is a little player preview that I can. And we go full screen. That's what we have been streaming. Okay. Obviously, not very far because it's going directly from here to here. And another thing is that the screen that I have, you are seeing it on the PC, which has a much better video than I have. You wouldn't see those noise, which is color noise that you see at the top. That's a color depth thing. So now let's look at the real size, because here I'm looking full screen. Let's look at the real size of that screen. So I'm going to start with it right here. And I'm going to open the feed. Just go ahead and use it once again. It's just going to be okay. And that's the size of the stream that we are trying to stream. And that's the type of experience that people will get, and of course we can do things a little bigger, or it could be full screen, but that could be, and that is a 300, and that's a high performance, that's an 800 per second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, just to show you how simple it is, I'm going to put that stream which is being encoded. And we are going to check it to a 300 kilobits per second stream. So I stop this, I go here, I say 300 kilobits per second, start, and that's the only thing I have to do to be able to transfer a stream that was 800 kilobits to 300 kilobits per second. So now let's look at the new quality. That's what you would say to people that have ADSL. And that's the quality of your video at 300 kilobits per second. Another thing is, you see that there is a delay between the time you move. Everything which is streaming has a delay which is about 15 to 20 seconds. When it gets from the encoder to the player. So we have a little real-time preview that allows you in real time to change brightness. You can see here the brightness change. So from the remote interface, you can change the brightness, contrast, and the various characteristics of the video. And then you're going to see that happening later, 5, 15, 20 seconds later. So the few people that remain, are there any questions that I can address? Oh, well, it depends if you want the boards or the systems, right? The boards that we have, if you look at boards that have the external balance audio, the high-end board is $899, $899, the external balance, and then you have the good ones, Stream Engine. That Stream Engine system, which is what we call the streaming thing, which can stream in real time, is a $5,000 system. And then the one that I showed you before, which is a broadcaster, is a $15,000 system, and that can afford simultaneous stream up to 640 by 40 per second. So it depends if you want to do a system or boards to essentially provide all that. Yeah.
I have a question for the slide for the network protector.
Yeah.
Do you have any of your clients that is successfully doing any broadcasting over IP multicast in the internet, not in the enterprise?
Over the internet?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look at all the partners that I was mentioning a moment ago, CALI, Activate, Yahoo, Digital Island, all these people are companies where if you want to stream to multiple people, let's say you want to stream to 10,000 people, you're going to call on those companies. You're going to say, okay, here is my encoder, so here is, for example, the Winnov encoder, and I'm going to send you a 300K stream. Give me the address of the server where I have to plug in. Then they have a whole network infrastructure to guarantee delivery of your stream. Now, if you're going to stream to 50 people, you can do it on your own. The key thing is what is going to be the bandwidth outside of your...
I understand. No, I'm talking for IP multicast.
Oh, for IP multicast. IP multicast on internet, impossible. Because internet is not multicast enabled. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there are very few companies which are multicast enabled. That's why Cisco has a good business. Because you need Cisco routers. I mean, you need QoS, you need specific routers if you want to be multicast enabled. Once you are multicast enabled, line events are great. Of course, you have just one screen and anyone can look at it. When not multicast enabled, 100 people look at it, 100 scripts on the screen, 100 multicast.
So do you see any new future for IP multicast to be widely deployed among so I mean when I say IP multicast, for any IP multicast protocol, routing protocol that would be as popular as the routing protocol we have already made?
It's just a matter of